There are two occasions I can think of where a painting actually stopped me in my tracks right where I was. The first is Split by Kenneth Noland, and the second is Wheat Field with Crows by Vincent van Gogh. When the Frist Center for the Visual Arts, now known as the Frist Art Museum, first opened in Nashville in 2001, my granddaddy bought me an inaugural membership. One of the first exhibits was called Modernism and Abstraction, and it had a bunch of paintings from the Smithsonian. I remember going back to that exhibition several times over the course of that summer, and I'm sure I got my money's worth just in that summer alone. There's one painting in particular that has stuck with me ever since. Split by Kenneth Noland, painted in 1959. It's monumental. It is nearly 8 feet by 8 feet, and it has a real striking pattern. Lavender, red, and black acrylic paint poured directly onto raw canvas. And that's important because acrylic was new at the time, and it was painted on the floor. It has a slightly off-center design that really caught my eye, with a series of concentric circles and squares, and this ragged edge on the outside of the outermost circle. But the way the canvas flows, the way the design flows, it keeps my eye going around and around the canvas without stopping, and I just keep going. It makes me think of an Ouroboros, the symbol of a snake or a dragon that consumes its own tail. The colors almost harmonize, but they somewhat clash with each other, and there's something primal about it that I can't quite put my finger on. It's somehow stable and chaotic at the same time. Also, it's nearly an 8-foot square, and that size alone just commands attention. Ever since seeing this painting, I have gotten larger and larger with the scale of paintings I do. And now, 25 years later, I'm finally working up to the size of canvases that are as big as I am, if not bigger. This one's bigger than I am. This was my first real introduction to abstraction. Sure, I had studied it in college and had seen similarly large abstract paintings by, I don't know, Gerhard Richter in Dallas a few months before, but getting to spend time with a painting over and over the course of that summer, that really made an impression on me. However, it would be another 15 years or so before I would really get into abstraction. One thing I've kept rediscovering in life is how many things keep coming back up in life and how cyclical life really is. Like this painting, like this circular design, we keep circling around the same things in life until we learn from them. I think that is a big part of why that painting made an impact on me then and continues to make an impact on me now. A few years later, also at the Frist, I saw Vincent van Gogh's Wheat Field with Crows. I can't remember what year it was that I saw it, but I can tell you this. I can't think of another painting that has made me cry the way that one has. And what really hit me when I looked at it, the longer I looked at it, was how heavy the sky was. I think knowing that it was one of the last things that he painted before he died made it have a much stronger impact on me than it would have otherwise. I think he shot himself in that same field, and then he died a few days or a few weeks after painting it. But when I look at this painting, I can see the heaviness on his heart. The brush strokes are so dense, and the brush was so loaded with paint that it seems like every application of the brush was done with just such emotional intensity. And the sky almost seems to push down on the wheat and knock it over like it's pushing it down. And there's just no room to breathe in that painting. I felt suffocated by it. And these black crows keep coming down, and I almost feel like it's a sign of something ominous, that they are some kind of harbinger of something terrible that's about to happen. Do they symbolize death? I don't really know. But then there are these like mysterious orbs in the sky, and I can't tell what they are, if it's the sun and the moon, or are they clouds. But even the brightness of those things, those lighter areas, there's something dull about it, even with how bright they are compared with everything else. So suddenly I was no longer in the gallery. I really was in Vincent's shoes, looking at this wheat field, looking at this sky pushing down on me, and I found myself weeping in front of this, burdened by this same agony that Vincent must have felt. I think this just shows how powerful a work of art can be. These are just two paintings that have had a really strong impact on me over the decades. One for its scale and composition, and another for its emotional drama. In my own art, I try to capture that same sense of awe and drama and then pass it on to the viewer. It's almost like I'm documenting dreams that are waiting to be made real. The common thread to it all is that it's a window into another place, either a place you want to visit or a place you want to return to. The result is something atmospheric and otherworldly. I'll be bringing some of these to the 100 Taylor Arts Market in Germantown, North Nashville on August 15th, and the 615 Fine Arts Collective Fine Art Bazaar on August 30th. Location to be determined. If you find yourself coming back to one of my paintings, just let me know. I would love to talk to you. Send me a message and I can send you collector details or photos with the art mocked up in your space or payment options. So I want to hear from you. What is a piece of art that has had a profound effect on you? What was your reaction to it? How has it stuck with you? Let me know in the comments. So be sure to like, share, subscribe, all the things so we can keep this conversation going. I hope to see you soon.